Hey, what's going on? This is Zoe, your crazy credit cousin, and I want to talk to you about credit score, your building your framework, okay? But I want to give it to you realistically. I want you to think of your credit score like a financial GPA, right? And it ranges from like 300 to 850. And there are 5 key areas that each contribute to your grade. So let's break it down in a way that makes sense numerically. Even if it's not officially how the FICO calculates it, this will help you visualize what matters the most, right? So if we had a starting point, minimum score of 300. So now let's build it by focusing on what really, really matters. And when we talk about what matters, the main thing I like to focus on is payment history. Payment history is 35% of your credit profile. Now, if you can always pay on time, you can earn up to like maybe 192 points here. So that means your new score would be 300 to 190. Well, 300 plus 192, which would be 492, right? Missing a single payment can drop you 50 to 100 points depending on your profile. Now, let's talk about utilization. Utilization is normally 30% of your credit profile. So that means keeping your balances low, below 10%. People talk about 30%, but no, below 10%. That's up to 165 points that can be added when you're using your credit wisely. So which means that 492 plus 165 is going to equal 657, right? So then we would look at 15% of your credit profile, which would be your age of credit. The older your accounts are, the better. So it's also great to aim for an average of 8+ years for best results. So with doing that, add up to 98 points if you've had long-standing credit. So that means that 657 plus 98 is 755, right? So that's why I tell you, don't get rid of your student loans, right? Now, let's talk about credit mix. Credit mix is 10%. You need to have a mix of credit types like credit cards, loans, etc. You can earn 55 points with a healthy variety. So that means your new score would be 755 plus 55, which is 810. You see where I'm going with this, huh? So next, last but definitely not least, would be your new credit inquiries, which is 10%. Now, minimum hard pulls equals more points. So around 40 to 50 points here if you're not over applying. So that means your new score would be 810 plus 40, which is 850. So I wanted to kind of give you this kind of breakdown, and I want to kind of wrap it up with this. You don't really start at 300 and earn exact points, but this framework helps us see where to focus. Your score is shaped by your habits, and small changes make a huge impact, right? So let's build credit like we're leveling up, right? So I want you to keep that in mind, and I want you to focus on the actual tips that I gave you so you can kind of see and kind of understand. Now, it's not the exact ratio, or should I say framework, that FICO may use, but what it is, it's a good idea of where you could be if you play into it, meaning you would use those points wisely. So remember, take what you can from this. Also, what I do want you to do is, if you're in the New Orleans area and you have the opportunity on June 14th to come to my free credit wellness class. Yes, I'm giving this information out for free. If you have the opportunity to come to the free credit wellness class, please do so. I would love to have you. Spots are limited, and I'll be sharing that information, the same information with you, kind of breaking it down a little bit more, but sharing the same information with you a little bit more so you can kind of understand. Of course, I'm going to give all kind of other free tips, but listen, spots are limited. Grab your seat. Look, don't be calling me on the last day and be talking about, Zoe, I got to do this, and we ain't got time for that. Grab your seat now, and then we can focus on whatever you need to focus on to build your credit profile in class. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to me today. Have a great one. See you soon.